All right. Welcome to the Replay Dugout. I am Tom Abbott. Welcome to my game cave. Tonight I'm going to be playing Replay Baseball. I was gifted this game by a good friend of mine, Mark Miller. Gave me a few seasons and some old boards, and I've been using those seasons and boards to learn the game. And I'm going to be playing a 1966 rematch between the Kansas City A's and the Minnesota Twins. This is going to be an April 12th game, the first game of the season for both of these teams. I want to say thank you to Mark for his gift of these, these seasons, including this 1966 season. These are, I think, the older. I'm not up on my Replay Baseball history, but these are the older cards, and I'm all okay with that. I think that's just fine. All right. 2-run single. I got the Detroit Tiger Los Angeles Angel game going on in the background. And Javi Baez just hit a 2-run single to put the Tigers up 3-1. Scoob's on the mound tonight too. Let's see. All right. Hang on here just a second. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and redirect the screen here. We're going to point down at my field. Up here, I can still see the chat going on over there. Okay, so here's my field. I've got my dice box here from Michigan and Trumbull. This is Tiger Stadium. I've got some various photos on here. Ty Cobb, Mark the Bird Fidrich, Al Kaline, Hank Greenberg, Kirk Gibson down here in the corner. Let's see. You got Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker there. Verner's, which is a big pop. We call it pop here in Michigan. That's a really popular Michigan drink here. All right, and this is Old Tiger Stadium. All right, let's see. Where's my dice? Let's go through the lineups for the visiting Kansas City A's. I'm going to go ahead and switch screens here. I don't think that's going to matter. We've got playing center field, Jose Tartabull. Okay. Playing right field will be Mike Hirschberger. Playing shortstop and batting third, Wayne Causey. Behind the plate, Billy Bryan batting cleanup. Ken Harrelson batting fifth and playing first base. Larry Stahl batting sixth and playing left field. Dick Green batting seventh and playing second base. Ed Charles batting eighth and playing third base. And on the mound tonight with a number 3 card is Jim Catfish Hunter. He is a right-hander. And in 1966, they usually have the age on these cards, but I don't see it here this time. Maybe they don't. Oh, he was 20 years old. Boy, he was just a kid back then, huh? 20 years old. I've got my A's helmet. This is probably the Oakland A's helmet, but this is the Kansas City A's. And again, thanks to Mark Miller. This was a gift from Mark. Super nice guy. He keeps his ears open, and if he sees a little opportunity to send you a little something, he will. All right, let's go ahead and look at the Minnesota Twins lineup here. And we've got Zoilo Versailles, or Versailles, or however you pronounce that, playing shortstop. Sandy Valdespino will be playing left field. Tony Oliva is in right field, batting third. Harmon Killebrew batting cleanup and playing third base. Don Mincher is batting fifth and playing first base. Jamie Hall batting sixth and center field. Earl Batty batting seventh and catching. Bernie Allen batting eighth behind the plate. And we have, let's see, Mudcat. Where is Mudcat? Oh, Mudcat Grant just didn't get picked up. Mudcat, gotta love that nickname. Mudcat Grant batting ninth and pitching, right-hander. Tigers in real life right now are up 3-1. Skubal in the third inning. I don't know how many strikeouts he has, but they did get to him with a couple of. They got to him with a base hit and a double right away. All right. Let's go back to my feed and see what's going on here. Do I have any visitors? I do. Whoever you are, hello, and thank you for stopping by. All right. Let's see. All right, so we're going to come on over here. And first up is going to be Jose Tartable. I'm going to go ahead and set him. I'm going to set the entire team at home plate. And I'm going to bring Mudcat Grant out onto the mound. And we're going to go ahead and pitch. Got my red, white, and blue dice here. And there we go. We have a 4, so we have to check our defense. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say, thank you to Steve out at the Delphi Forum in the replay baseball forum. He goes by the, hang on here. He goes by the handle out there of SJN51. SJN51 out at the Delphi Forum replay baseball. And I started asking some questions about boards, and he picked up that I had older boards, and he said, "Hey, I've got some spare newer boards," and so he sent me the trifold, and then he also sent me the newest third base coach and action chart. Got the column M on there, so I know I've got the latest. Okay, so we have a fielding one is the first baseman for Minnesota, and I have these written on the card here. First baseman is a fielding 3, so that is a 4-5. A 4-5 is a 17 with a star. And a fielding 3 is a 20. So a column 420, is it a 4? 17, 20. Column 420 is a single knocked down by the fielder. A single knocked down by the fielder, so that's an infield hit. I'm going to be using Digital Diamond here, and that is a 1BF. We'll put Jose Tartable on first. Now, Jose Tartable on a 4-5, he did have an asterisk there, which means we have a stolen base opportunity. And still somewhat new to this game, so I've got to get out the rules for this. It says here, when there's an asterisk, roll 1 die against the pitcher's hold rating. Well, the pitcher's hold rating is a 3. And I'm going to roll 1 die here. Whoops, let's keep it in the box there. And that is a 6. The hold rating is a 3. And it says here, if the die is higher, it's a stolen base. So not only does he get on base on an infield single, he has himself a stolen base, R1S. And Jose Tartabull is on second base. Mike Hirschberger is up. Nobody out. Here we go. Let's check to see how we're doing over here. Do we have any guests, any visitors? We do not. All right. And here we go. Roll the dice here. We have a 6 and a 4. 4 is a 2. So we have 7 and a 2 as a 9 on a column 6. That's a single to center field. Runners advance one base. Runner on second may try to score, and defense may try for runner at home. That's where we go to our chart here for the third base coach. Now, you're supposed to call this before the play. So you can either do normal, or you can do go for it, or you can do play it safe here. And so what I'm going to do here is it says to use the coach, refer to the column matching the lead runner's speed minus the fielder's arm. So the lead runner is Tartabull. And this was a 6.67 and a 6.42. That's a 9. It's a center field. So center field arm is a 3. So speed for Tartabull is a 5 minus 3. That is a 2. So we'll be using column 2 here on the normal chart. And we're going to roll 2 die. And let's see. Let's go. And purple is my red. So that is a 9. A 9 on a column. What did we say it was? Speed was 5. So it's a 2. So a 9 with a 2 is an XB. It says here lead runner is safe, easily advancing an extra base. Other runners hold. So again, that is going to be a 1B F8 R22. And so just like that, we've got the Royals up 1-0. Hirschberger is on first, and look at that. He had a 6.6, so he's got a star. Oh, we got a long drive center field. Oh, man, caught. Hurt himself. I'm watching a real game here in the background, and it's the Tigers and the Angels. The center fielder for the Angels made a really good catch, but he stumbled, and I don't know. I didn't see quite what happened, if maybe he hit his head. Anyways, Hirschberger is on first. He did have a star, so we're going to roll 1 die. If I remember correctly, it is the hold rating for Mudcat is a 3, so I roll 1 die. And it is a 3. So hang on. What happens if it's a tie? If the die is higher, it's a stolen base. The runner holds. So the runner is going to stay at first. And let me get a card here for the score. Oh, he rolled his ankle. California Angel. Sorry, California. I'm dating myself there. So we are in the first inning, and it is KC, and it is Minnesota, and right now, Kansas City is up 1-0. And I'll fix this. This is just makeshift. Let me check my thing here. Do we have any? We have another guest. Thank you for stopping by. 1966 tilt between the Kansas City A's and the Minnesota Twins. And we are in the top of the first. And Kansas City had a base hit and a stolen base, followed by another base hit that scored the run. So it is 1-0 Kansas City. All right, and we've got Mike Hirschberger on the mound. On first base for Kansas City, and Wayne Causey is up. All right, let's go ahead and roll our dice. Here we go. Mudcat Grant on the mound for the Twins. And here we go. We have a 3 and a 3. So 3-3 on the batter's card is, oh, we have a ballpark card here. So ballpark card, that's this card here. I'm going to go ahead. That's this card here. Okay. So what I do for column 3, and again, I'm still a little bit new at this game. So I got to get the rules out. So for column 3, okay, when the square comes up, ignore the original number in the square and instead go to the ballpark card. Roll a die and find the new value in column 3. This will be the new number to use for the batter's result. Add this to the pitcher's result. Okay, so I've got here, let's roll one die. This is 311. We'll roll one die. That die number is a 6. So for a, and this is a column 3, 6. That is a 62. So 62 plus the pitcher's 3-1. Pitcher's 3-1. So this is going to be a 64. And a 64 is a double into the corner. Runners advance 2 bases with 2 outs. Runners with greater than 3 speed scores from first. Well, it is not great. It is not 2 outs. No outs. So that's a double for Wayne Causey. Mike Hirschberger goes to third. Wayne Causey is on first. And Billy Bryan is up. I'm sorry, that was a double. Pardon me. Sorry about that, Wayne. Move my dice over there. Let me go ahead and enter that. That is a 2-base hit. Did it say where that went? Into the corner. I don't know exactly what corner. Let's pick one. Let's say first 3 is left, second 3 is right. That is to the left field corner. Didn't like that. I'm going to go ahead and undo that. So this is a 2BF7. And so we have runners on second and third now. Still, let me go back to my chat here. Do we have anybody here? We do have a visitor. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. This is Replay Baseball with some of the older cards, but the current boards. And right now we have the Kansas City A's have runners on second and third. There is nobody out. They've already got 1 run across the plate. Again, the current score is 1-0 Kansas City here on the top of the first. Billy Bryan is up. Billy Bryan. All right, Billy Bryan. Let's see here. He batted 172. This is not a big hitter here. He's batting cleanup, though. So you're like, well, what is a 172 batter batting cleanup for? This is one of the downfalls of playing as played lineups is, at the beginning of the season, perhaps the manager didn't realize that Billy Bryan was going to hit 172, so he batted fourth. I'm sitting here after the fact. I know that he batted 172, so maybe I have the advantage. If I wanted to move him out of the lineup or into a different spot, I could do that. But I keep things simple. I like to just get to the games and kind of go back and relive history. And Billy Bryan is going to bat cleanup even with a 172 batting average. Here we go. Oop, get that out of there. So we have a 3, 6, and a 6. So on the batter, a 3-6 is a 47, and a 3. We have a right-handed batter. So this is a column 352. That is a line drive towards right field. And it is a single to right. Runners advance 2 bases. 1 or 2 speed on first, stops at second base. So we have a base hit for Billy Bryan that clears the bases, well, except for himself, of course. So I'm going to go ahead here. Let's log that. And that was a column 3. Column 3, 60. Column 3, 42. Column 3, 47. Yeah. What, this happened. Hang on. This happens to me all the time, where I see a play and then I go recheck it and I don't have it right. So this is a 3-6-6. The batter is Billy Bryan. That's the problem. 3-6-6 is a 47, a 47, and that is a 52. A 52 on a column 3 versus a right-handed pitcher is a base hit to right, runners advance. Okay, I got it right. So that is a 1BF9 R22. That means runner on second. We already know the runner on third will advance at least one base. So we have, let's cross that out. It is 3-0 Kansas City. So Mudcat Grant is in trouble and early, and he still hasn't gotten a batter out. He's thrown 12 pitches. We have anybody in here? We do have one person. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. The current score of this game, we're in the top of the first. Kansas City A's versus the Minnesota Twins. Top of the first, it is 3-0 Kansas City. Mudcat Grant has been pitching for Minnesota and he's got 12 pitches, nobody out. He's allowed how many hits? 4 hits and 3 runs. So this is a tough outing for Mudcat Grant. That's going to bring up Ken Harrelson. Ken Harrelson, folks. He is a righty. Here we go. We will roll the dice, and we have a 1, 2, 4. So a 1-2 is a 3, and a 1-4 is a 3. So that's a 6 on column 1. Hey, struck him out. What kind of a strikeout is it? It is a swinging strikeout. Struck him out. Boy, he needed that. A little sigh of relief for Mudcat. Harrelson is out, and that's going to bring up Larry Stahl. Larry Stahl is the left-hander, 25-year-old at the time of this game, which this game was 57 years ago. Why am I playing the 1966 season? Because I am 58, and I can't believe I'm 58. I'm not sure where all that time went, and I'm still a kid at heart. That's why I'm playing games like this. All right. So runner on first, 1 out, Larry Stahl. Here's the pitch from Mudcat Grant. The infield is playing midway for the double play. We have ourselves a 2-4. A 2-4 is a 55 with a raised number of 3, and a 2-6. 2-4, 55, 2-6. So we're at a 60. 60 on column 2 says a looping drive to the outfield. And if we rolled a 6, that is the right fielder. The right fielder for Minnesota has a rating of 5. Okay, so what are they going to say here? If the outfielder's defense rating is higher than the raised number beside the 55, and the raised number on the 55 is a 3, and his rating is a 5, so it is. He made a fine running catch for a flyout. Runner on second and third advance, but we just have a runner on first. And so what did we say? That was a fly ball to the right fielder. Nice play by Tony Oliva. 2 down now. And that's going to bring up Dick Green. Dick Green. All right. Dick Green is the... what position does he play? He is the second baseman tonight. He's got a runner on first, 2 down. And here is Mudcat's pitch. That is going to be another 2-4. 2-4 is a 5. And a 2-6 is another 5. So this is a column 2-10. And a 10 is a foul out to the catcher. P2. We used to get a lot of those in APA Basic. I think they fixed those with the most recent boards. When I say the most recent, I mean, like, I don't know how old those boards are, 20 years now, maybe younger, not sure. Anyways, that will do it. So after a half an inning, Kansas City puts 3 runs on the board. Where's my card? 3 runs on the board. Hang on here, folks. I'm sorry about all this. Let me reload the page. They put 3 runs on the board and 4 hits and no errors. 1 left on. And after a half an inning, it is the Kansas City A's 3 and the Minnesota Twins nothing. All right, we're going to start the bottom of the first inning. Okay. We'll go ahead and put our Kansas City A's cards away. Okay, there we go. Mudcat will go back to the dugout for the Twins. Catfish Hunter, the 20-year-old Jim Catfish Hunter, is on the mound. He's going to face Zoilo, Versales, I'm not sure, Sandy Valdespino, and Tony Oliva. I think we've all heard of Tony Oliva. Is he a Hall of Famer? Is Tony Oliva, where did I set my phone? There it is. Let me ask Perplexity. Is former Minnesota Twin Tony Oliva in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame? Question mark. The answer is yes. Former Minnesota Twin star Tony Oliva is in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. He was officially inducted in 2022. Oliva, an 8-time All-Star and 3-time American League batting champion, played his entire MLB career with the Twins from 62 to 76. He won the 64 AL Rookie of the Year award and was a key contributor to Minnesota's 65 pennant-winning team. So that's it for Tony Oliva, who will be batting third this inning. We do have a visitor. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by the replay dugout. We are replaying the 1966 matchup between the Kansas City A's and the Minnesota Twins. And right now it is the bottom of the first. Minnesota is up. Kansas City put a 3 spot up in their half of the inning. And Minnesota is going to see if they can answer. This is replay baseball with some of the older cards. We are in Minnesota, Metropolitan Stadium, that old stadium. Here we go. Let's go ahead and roll the dice. And we have a 2-3. 2-3-1. So that's a 4. And a 3 is a 7. Column 2-7 is a foul out to the second baseman. So we will say P4. Second baseman Green has it, and 1 up, 1 down. All right, who's up next? That was Zolo Versal. Here is Sandy Valdespino, 27-year-old in 1966. And again, the reason I'm playing this season is because I was born in 1966. I'm getting up there in age, but I'm still a kid at heart, and that's why I'm playing this game here. All right, here we go. So we have a 6, 3, and a 4. 6, 3 is a 16. A 6, 4 is a 4. So that's a column 620. That's a deep fly ball to the right fielder. And that's going to be caught by Hirschberger. 2 up, 2 down. So Minnesota in danger of going down quietly and not answering Kansas City in the first here. Here is the Hall of Famer, Tony Oliva. I do write on my cards, ladies and gentlemen, and I know there are some people in this hobby that their heads explode when you do that, but I'm going to say Hall of Fame inducted in 2022, Tony Oliva. Here we go, Hall of Famer. And you know what? That reminds me, before I roll the dice here, Jim Catfish Hunter is pitching to him. I'd like to know, is Jim Catfish Hunter in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame? ? Let's see what Perplexity goes out and finds for us. Yes, Jim Catfish Hunter is in the Major League Hall of Fame. He was inducted in 1987 after a distinguished career pitching for the Oakland A's, Kansas City A's here, and the New York Yankees, where he won 5 World Series championships. Wow. And the 1974 AL Cy Young Award. Hunter was well known for his success in big games and his status as one of baseball's high-profile free agents. So I'm going to write on this too. I didn't exactly see when he was inducted. Does it tell us? Does it tell us when he was inducted? 1987. So Jim Catfish Hunter, Hall of Fame, 87. Okay, so we have a Hall of Famer versus a Hall of Famer. Jim Catfish Hunter versus Tony Oliva. Have anybody in the room? I do have somebody. Thank you for, if you're still the same person, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. 2 down, nobody on. Catfish Hunter pitches to Tony Oliva. Excuse me. That is a 1-3 and a 1-6. So again, in replay baseball, the way this works is the red die tells you what column to use. The white die tells you to look at the battery card and use that column and then the numbers. So this number, it's 1-3. You go down, that's a 4. And on the pitcher's card, you same column, 1. You go down to the 6. So that's another 4. You add the 2 together, that gives you an 8. You go to this board here. I don't know if you can see it in the background. And a number 8 on column 1 is a pop fly to the third baseman. So Minnesota goes down quietly, 3 up, 3 down. And let me go ahead, flash the card here. After 1 complete inning, it is still Kansas City 3 and Minnesota nothing. We're going to go to the second inning here. I'm going to go ahead and write that down here. All right. Let's clear the field. Let's get Minnesota off of there. And Jim Catfish Hunter strolls back to the dugout after a nice 3 up, 3 down inning. Mudcat Grant for Minnesota comes back out. He had a rough first inning, so he's hoping for maybe things be a little easier for him this time around. And he is going to face, let's see, who's he going to face? He's going to face Ed Charles. And the pitcher, Jim Catfish Hunter, and Jose Tartabull, the back to the top of the lineup. So here we go. Mudcat hoping for an easier inning than he had in the first, and that's going to be a 4. 4 means we check the defense chart. We use the number 2 to do that. 2 is the second baseman. Let me grab my card for Kansas City. The second baseman has a fielding defense rating of 2. So that's a 2, and then a 4-4 on the batter. is another 4. That's a 4, so that's a 6. A 6 on a column 5. That is a ground ball to the second baseman. G4 here on Digital Diamond, where I'm recording my plays and my statistics. And much to Mudcat Grant's joy, we have the first batter up and the first batter down, and now he's a pitcher. Let's see what he can do against Jim Catfish Hunter, who will be using batting card number 3. And that is a 3-1. A 3-1 is a 4, and another 3-1. That is a 2. 6 on a column 3 is a short fly out to the center fielder. That is going to be caught by Hall. F8, soft. 2 up, 2 down. And now let's see if he can just finish it off here, have a nice easy inning. He's going to face Jose Tartabull. Jose Tartabull had he's 1 for 1. He had a base hit in the first and a stolen base and a run scored. So he started things off with a bang for Kansas City. So we have a 3-5-5. A 3-5 on the batter's card is a 12. On the pitcher's card, that's a 3. That adds up to 15. On column 3 is a line out to the second baseman, L4. And that is 3 up and 3 down. And after 2 innings, it is Kansas City 3 and Minnesota nothing. Sorry, that's not after 2 innings. That's after 1.5. That was the top of the second inning. Sorry about this low budget scoreboard there. All right, so Tartabull, we'll move him to the back of the lineup there. He's going to go back here to the dugout. Mudcat Grant will retire to the dugout. Jim Catfish Hunter will come on out. And here come the Minnesota Twins, hoping they can answer. They are down 3-0. It happened quickly. It's going to be Harmon Killebrew, Don Mincher, and Jimmy Hall. Now, here's another one I'm curious about. Let's see. Is Harmon Killebrew in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame? Question mark. I got a feeling he is. The answer is yes, he is. Wow, we got a lot of Hall of Famers here. He is renowned as one of the most prolific power hitters in baseball history with 573 home runs. 5th all-time when he retired, and the most by any right-handed hitter in Major League history. Over 22 seasons, mostly with the Twins, he led the AL in home runs 6 times and hit at least 40 home runs in a season 8 times. He earned 13 All-Star selections and was the American League MVP in 1969. When was he inducted? 1984. So I'm going to go ahead and write on his card, Hall of Fame. And he was inducted in the year I graduated high school, 1984. So once again, we have another Hall of Fame matchup here with Catfish Hunter, 87 inductee, and Harmon Killebrew, 84 inductee. And how are we doing? All right. Here is the pitch. That is a 2-5. 2-5 is a 16, and a 2-4 is a 3. That is a column 2 19, and that's going to be a fly out to center field. The old F8. Jose Tartabull is under it and makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down for Minnesota. Here's Don Mincher. Here we go. The pitch, that was a 1-6. I saw it. That is a 45 and a 1-1. That is a column 146. Struck him out. What kind of a strikeout was it? It was a looking strikeout. Let's see if we can hear old Ernie here.
He stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by. Struck him out.
All right. Thank you for the call, Ernie. I hope that came through. I don't know if it did. How are we doing? We have 2 up and 2 down. We have another visitor. Thank you for stopping by the replay dugout. Tonight's matchup, the 1966 Kansas City A's take on the 1966 Minnesota Twins. Right now, we have the bottom of the second inning, and Kansas City is up 3-0. Minnesota is up and trying to answer, but they have not had much success against Hall of Famer Catfish Hunter. Here is the sixth batter of the game for Minnesota, and so far nobody has reached base yet. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and roll. Again, this is replay baseball. 2-5. 2-5 is a 5, and a 2-1 is a 3. So this is a column 2-8, and that is a foul out to the third baseman. So that's going to be a P5. Pop out to the third baseman, and that's going to do it. After 2 innings, it is the Kansas City A's 3 and Minnesota 0. One thing I've learned playing these old seasons is, and I couldn't tell you all the places, but it sure seems like the A's have bounced around. So if you're kind of like, shocked that they're no longer in Oakland, that they're waiting for a new home, it just seems to me like they have bounced around a lot. So this is just par for the course for that team. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Just seems that way. Oh, boy, that looks like a big hit for California. Is that a 2-run bomb? Wow. On the TV behind the screen here, yeah, Scooble's not happy. He just gave up a 2-run bomb, and the game is tied up 5 apiece. I'll tell you, the Tigers, they've been coming back down to earth. I got to tell you, I hate to admit it. They halfway or, after the All-Star break, they had like a 2% chance of making the playoffs. And then they went on a tear and did they take the division? I can't remember. They may have taken the division. If not, they took the wild card, got into the playoffs, almost got to the ALCS. They knocked off Houston, almost knocked off Cleveland. Then they started this season, with the house on fire, and just it was like, wow, who knew that they were this good? And then leading up to the All-Star break, oh boy, oh, you've got to be kidding me. As I'm talking here, Scooble just gave up another home run, back-to-back bombs. Woo! As I was saying, the Tigers have been coming back down to earth. The Seattle Mariners open up a can of butt on them right before the All-Star break. I think they gave up like 30 or 40 runs, the Tigers did, in that 3-game stretch. They went into the All-Star break. They had all kinds of players on the All-Star team. It was wonderful. It was very cool, a very proud day for a Tiger fan. And they stunk the joint up. Everybody struck out, got out. Scooble allowed 2 runs. Mize came in and allowed a run. Then they came out of the All-Star break, and they've been stinking up the joint. They lost 12 of 13 or something like that. They've kind of come out of that funk a little bit, but they just have not been that blazing hot team. They're definitely coming back down to earth. Anyways, back to this game, we have, let's see, what do we got here? It is the top of the 3rd inning, and it's going to be Hirschberger, who's up. Kansas City is up. So Minnesota will go back here. Catfish Hunter back. We have Mudcat Grant back out. And here's Hirschberger. I'm going to grab a drink here. Cold pop. Scooble looks concerned. Tigers were up 3-1. Now they're down 4-3. And oh boy, I'll tell you, the life of a Detroit fan, a Detroit sports fan. We've had our moments with our teams, but man, it's just mostly disappointment. All right, here we go. Where are we at? Hirschberger is up. Mudcat Grant on the mound. Let's go ahead and get this game back underway. We are in the third inning. We'll go ahead and update our high-tech scoreboard here. Still 3-0 Kansas City. They are up looking to add on. Mudcat Grant looking to stay settled down. That's a 1-1. That's a 15, and a 1-2 is this is an 18 on a column 1, and that's an infield hit plus a potential error. Let's see what's going on here. Hirschberger's on first. Runners advance 1 base. We're going to look at the blue die. That is a 2, so this is it's nubbed in front of the catcher. And this is the Minnesota catcher. Minnesota catcher is fielding level 4. Okay, hurry up, throw, maybe wild. Roll against the catcher's air rating. His air rating is a 56. Let's go ahead and roll. That is a 65. The number is higher than his error rating. If roll is higher, batter and all runners advance an extra base. So what we have here is a failure to communicate. We have here a 1B. And who did I say it was? Catcher. E2R01. Let's see if that works out okay. Dribbler in front of the bat plate. Looks like it's infield hit for Hirschberger. Batty guns it to first. Wild throw. Score that a hit and an error by Batty. Hirschberger advances to second base. Looks like we got that nailed down. All right. Nobody in here? All right. So we have a runner. We have a runner on second base. Mudcat's got to be asking himself, man, how do I get a break? All right. And we once again have nobody out. Get this out of the way. Whoops. Here we go. We're going to keep that roll. That is a 1-1. A 1-1 is a 20, and a 1-5 is a 5. A column 125 is a line drive single, possible error. 5 is going to be the right fielder. Let's get our card back out. Right fielder has an air rating of 33. Ball drops in and may be mishandled. Roll against the air rating against the field. If the roll is higher, batter and all runners advance an extra base on the air. So here we go. Here's the roll. It's a 44. His rating is a 33. It is going to be a base hit. And let's see. So a base hit by Causey. Hirschberger goes to third, but then the ball was mishandled by the right fielder. So Causey goes to second, and Hirschberger scores. So Mudcat's got to be saying, come on, guys, help me out here. So that's going to be a 1B. And who did I say that was? His right fielder. 1B, F9, E9, R22, R01. Let's see if that'll work out here. Grant at the belt now comes to the plate. Hard line drive to right field. Oliva comes in to take it on a hop single for Causey. Look out. Oliva bobbles the ball. That will be an error on Oliva. Hirschberger scores from second. Causey advances to second. And there we go. It is 4-0. Still nobody out. And boy, we gotta be wondering about Mudcat here. But you know, what do you do? What do you do when you have 2 errors? And, is it Mudcat's fault? For crying out loud. Come on, Kansas City. What's going on here? All right, who's up now? Brian. Brian? There's Brian. Do I have that backwards? Billy Bryan, Harrelson Stahl. Yep. If you can believe it, they had to take Scooble out tonight. He got smacked around, and the Tigers are down 4-3. Boy, I'm telling you. I am telling you. That big lead in the American League Central has been shrinking. 4-2, so we have a fielding check. That's going to be the second baseman. Let's get our card here. Second baseman has a 3 for his defense rating, and a 4-2 on the batter is a 55. So you have a column 258. Column 258 is a looping line drive to the outfield. I've already determined that we are, hang on. No, this is a column. Oh, hang on, folks. Hang on. Let me do this again. This is a column 4. A 4-2 is a 55. I'm sorry. A 4-2 is a 1. Okay. 2 is the second baseman. The second baseman has a defense rating of 3. So again, 4-2 is 1. And 3 is 4, so a column 4-4 with runner on second. Runners ground out at first. Runners advance 1 base. Runner on second holds on grounder to short or third. He's not going to hold here. So this is just going to be a G4 ground out to the second baseman. Allen flips it to Mincher for the first out of the inning. However, that will move the runner to third base. So you say, Billy Bryan, you did your job. You advanced the base runner to third base. And now we have a runner on third base with 1 out. And the batter is Harrelson. Third base, we're going to, let's see, 1 out. Third base, man on first, man on third, all in. Everybody has moved in. They do not want this runner to score. So the infield is in. One of the things I like about replay baseball, and this is also the case with payoff pitch, and even APA, is a lot of this stuff is kind of figured for you. Well, infield in and all that is you make that decision in APA, but I like being a spectator in these games. So I like when it has a little chart here and it says if you have a man on third with 1 out, then everybody's playing in. So it just makes the decision for you. You don't have to go by that. You can do whatever you want. I like just watching, roll the dice and see what happens. Everybody's a little different. Some people would just, would wince to hear me say that kind of thing. But everybody's different. So anyways, 2-6 on Harrelson. 2-6 is this is going to be a ballpark card. We're going to move on column 2 ballpark. Column 2 ballpark, the way we do this is ignore the value in the batter card. Instead, go to the ballpark card. Roll dice and find the result in the column 2. This will be the new raised number for this play. Okay. So what we're going to do is this is a column 2. We're going to go ahead and roll 1 die. And that is a 1. Column 2, 1 is, let's see, column 2, 1 is, here's column 2, a 1 is a 2. So the raised number on 2-6 I'm looking at the wrong card. A raised number so we have a 55 of the raised number 2. A 2-5 on the pitcher's card is a 5. So we're going to be looking at 60. 60 on a column 2. And here we're going to be looking for the fielder. The fielder is a 5. That's going to be the right fielder. The right fielder here. It says if the outfielder's defense rating is higher than the raised number again is a 2. Okay, and his fielding rating, the right fielder, did I say? I did. The right fielder's rating is a 5, so it is higher. He's made a nice fine running catch for a fly out. Runners on second and third advance, one base. So he got the run in. We do have a visitor. Thank you for stopping by the replay dugout. We just had Ken Harrelson hit a sacrifice fly to right field. I'm entering that into Digital Diamond here. R3-1. That means the runner on third scored. Digital Diamond will automatically call that a sacrifice and not charge Ken Harrelson with an at-bat. 2 outs, and it is 5-0. Who is up? Mudcat Grant. No, sorry, Larry Stahl. Larry Stahl, the 25-year-old from that, at least back then he was. How are we doing here? That person has come and gone. Thank you for stopping by. I hear the garage door opening in the background. That means my wife is home. I'm probably going to end this stream pretty soon. But I'll go ahead and finish this half of the inning, and then I'm going to call it quits. Wife's been gone most of the evening here, so when she gets home, I'm probably going to just stop the game and spend some time with her. And so that is a 2-3. A 2-3 is a 55, and a 2-5. That is a 60 with a raised 3. Column 260. That is a right fielder. 3. A fine running catch in the outfield. F9 will do it. That ends the inning. Hey there. How are you?
Jesse and Uncle David are leaving
are
tomorrow in the morning at 6 a.m.
Oh, okay. Are they outside?
Yeah. Well, not out.
Okay.
Like ours outside. They're at Grandma's outside.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
3-0 after 2.5.
That's what Uncle
I'm going to
did.
go ahead and stop the stream here. Hang on. I'm streaming.
oh,
All right. Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. If you watched the video, I appreciate it. And you have a good night. God bless. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.